Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the number 4 seed in the playoff, the Memphis Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals, with the top 4 seeds a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the number 4 seed in the playoff, the Memphis Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. Only one team here can keep their championship dreams alive. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. So the Memphis Tigers offense comes on the field first today. Always enjoyed coming to the Fiesta Bowl over the years, and of course we got the modern Silver Stadium here sitting in the desert ready for this showdown.
Well, it's so many great memories here, Chris. Think back to the Boise State, Oklahoma back in '07. How about the classic between Oklahoma State and Stanford with Andrew Luck in 2012? And then the shocker just a few years ago with TCU over Michigan in 2022. This game has a history of providing the unexpected.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Brought down at the 28, and that's good enough for a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Missed his receiver. It's incomplete.
Well, that's everything you want to see. It's great execution. The line gave the quarterback time. Quarterback makes a great read, throws it to his guy, and the receiver drops it. Now he's going to have to shake that off and get ready to make that next play.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. Ball handed off. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
A gain sets up a 3rd down play. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. He finds the running back for a 4th down catch.
Man, really good job here by the defense, flying around, recognizing the ball is out, and then making the tackle short of the first down.
So on their first possession of the game, the offense stays on the field, and they'll go for it. 4th down, looking to throw for it. And he finds his target. He has the first. That moves the football inside the 40, and it's another first down.
Well, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and a receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
Memphis getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Takes the handoff, heads to the right. Nowhere to run up the middle.
The offense has had really good rhythm in this drive. Running the ball, throwing the football. Seems like every play has been positive yards until that stop right there by the defense.
Second down after that previous play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy is off to a great start in this big playoff game.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss.
4-2 Spider.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Goes to his right side there for the completion.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Strong opening drive. This is the 11th play coming up. It'll be third down. And the running back takes the handoff. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's fourth down.
How about that, Chris? They run the football here on third down, almost pick up the first down. What it does, though, is gives them a much better chance if they decide to go for this of picking up that first down.
So no field goal try here. Coach keeps the offense on the field to go for it on fourth down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. He's got it, and that is enough for a first down. They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback, hitting his receiver, and the ball comes out that fast to put so much pressure.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate, and they actually just the rhythm to the offense, but they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Automatic for the PAT. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And he's going to bring this out a couple yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So Georgia Tech's offense out there for their first possession. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. Two good teams with great individual players.
The pass rush closing in. They pressure him and sack him, but then tackle inside the 10.
Wow, what a rough way to start this football game for these guys. Already kind of in a hole inside their own 20. And their first play, they give up a sack, and now they're going in the wrong direction, getting a little closer to their own goal line.
That sack sets up a second down and very long. And they'll run it with the draw play. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
How about the defense on this play right here? Because they go with a draw play to try to take an advantage of an aggressive defense. It's pinning their ears to get upfield. But instead, it was almost like the defense was expecting the run. They're not surprised at all. They make a great play.
The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The Yellow Jackets look to keep this drive moving. He hands it to the back. Quick juke to get free. Gets past the tackler into open space now. Tackle finally made, but it's a huge gain. They'll spot it at the 34. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Keeping it on the ground here. Fighting off the defender. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first period of play. Memphis has the lead here, and the first quarter is in the books. What is a huge opportunity for both these programs to get a step closer to a national championship. We expect the teams to have worked through some of the nerves of this playoff game as we begin the second quarter. Here we go, first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. It's a short completion of the tight end. They're finally able to stop, and the quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
So the offense faces third and short from the plus 26. Might be 4-down territory, but let's see what the call is here. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Quarterback will throw it off the run-pass option. They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that third down play. So it looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. And he's got it from 47 yards away, showing off the deep range.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. They'll return it from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Memphis offense is back out on the field now. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. Second down after that run on the previous play. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Oh, he just threw it away here, Chris, and it's not the worst decision. You wish he'd find a guy open to give him a chance for this offense to convert, but at least they have some room now to work if they want to bring the punter out.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They settled for a field goal last time out. Let's see what they can do this time. First down, looking to throw the football. Here's an easy completion to the back out of the backfield. Defense drops him for a loss. Tougher second down on the way. They'll keep it on the ground with the draw play. Change of direction. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
The draw is a good way to keep the defensive line in check and use their aggressiveness against them. It can be real effective, even in passing situations if you mix it in correctly.
Offense trying to move into scoring position if they can convert third and short here from the 50. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Boy, this is so deflating for this defense on third and short. Good coverage downfield. They take away all the short routes, but the one guy that they don't account for is the quarterback and his legs. Picks up the first down by being athletic there and great awareness.
They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. Receiver makes the grab.
The receiver does all the work here. Man, that is easy living for this quarterback. Really good footwork by the receiver. Gets the separation. And at that point, it's just pitch and catch for the quarterback.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he scores. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
The PAT puts him up 3. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And here comes the Tigers offense back out there. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Looks left and finds his target there. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You'll take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
First down at 10. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. That run moves the ball across the 40.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Back in motion now. Looking to throw it on first down. Caught in the flat by the running back. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Well, they're just fundamentally sound, right where you want to be after the completion. Nowhere to go after that catch.
Second down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They get him down, but that's a solid gain. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking right. This one caught. Brought down after 40. That'll be a first down.
It's a good thing they pick up the first down here because it would have been interesting to see. They were kind of in that no man's area there. If they did not pick up the first down, would they have kicked the field goal or would they have gone for it? But here, doesn't matter. Nice first down.
That's going to be incomplete. A first down drop here in the middle of the field.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Completion makes it second down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. And the receivers got it. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now. So it's a first down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Caught near the sticks. It's Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage. Memphis now operating in the red zone. Back to throw again. Caught near the goal line. Defense makes the saving tackle at the 3.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
He'll hand it off. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Memphis. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off and hopes the defense can get a quick stop. He'll bring it out from his end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. You'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out and get to halftime. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Right down at the 28, and it's good enough for a first down.
Another great play by this receiver. And I tell you, the offensive coordinator is doing a nice job of moving him around. The defense knew coming into this game how tough he'd be to stop, but the way they're utilizing him is making it very challenging to be able to create the matchups that the defense wants.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, we wondered all week what this matchup would look like. So much at stake in this win-or-go-home game, and we've been treated to a fabulous first two quarters of playoff football. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play.
That's going to do it for us here at the half. Time to see how this incredible playoff drama plays out. And for that, it's back to Chris and Kirk.
Good enough for the first down, the 37. The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged, and it looks like it's working. They're playing with a different kind of energy. Let's see if they can do it again.
So off the play fake there, the big tight end gets open downfield.
Wow, I love this call right here. Anytime you can run the football, eventually it opens up play action. Linebackers and safeties' eyes are in the backfield. They lose the tight end completely, and the quarterback throws that one on rhythm for a nice gain.
Finds room at the 30. Great cut. They whiff on him. Tackle made after a big gain.
Huge chunk play here by the quarterback, keeping the ball himself, rips off some nice yards. My question is, Chris, where's the defense? Where's the pursuit? This guy has the ability to hurt you and hurt you in a big way with his legs. The defense may be underestimating the speed that he has.
Here's the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. They go in front here in the second half.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Memphis offense is back out on the field now. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? He'll test the right side here. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. One man to the backfield, and he'll get the football. Gets some space around the 30. That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there on the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. So second down after the incompletion. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Receiver makes the catch. Defense makes the stop after the completion. And a player is down injured after that last play. They'll take a timeout while they check him out. Offense moving closer to the line to gain after that catch.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
There's the handoff. Tackled inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. Third and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the first down.
And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally. They can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of playing moving forward.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid game.
Well, I feel like they call that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situations, much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
Chris, the defense dials up the blitz. They're unable to get into the backfield, giving the running back enough room. I'll tell you, the linebacker makes a great play just to come up with a tackle here.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Third down play here out of the shotgun. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, this is a great job here. Looks downfield, nobody open, takes off and tries to use his legs to go for it, and gets to the sidelines, gets out of bounds, avoids the hit, and most importantly, he got that first down.
Defense trying to jam these receivers at the line. And they heave it deep downfield. Oh, that one's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
And here comes the Tigers offense back out there. Last time out there, they got stopped on fourth down, but it didn't cost them anything. Let's see what the mindset is here. Crossing the 40. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Solid game, moves the ball to the 48. First down play here. Lets it go under heavy pressure, taking a shot. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Now it's second down here. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Oh, and it's almost picked off. A chance for their first interception today. Going to set up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Looking to throw yet again. Catch made on the left side. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
So no long field goal attempt. The offense is on the field to go for it on fourth down. He'll hand it off. He's tackled inside the 35 and picks up a first down.
What a job by this offense picking up the first down. As a play caller, you look at where you are in the field. If you punt it, there's a chance it goes into the end zone for a touchback. If you kick the field goal, it's a really long kick. So this is a great opportunity to be aggressive and pull the trigger to try to come up with a big play. They get it, keep the drive alive, and now they can get a touchdown.
So Georgia Tech has the lead here, Kurt, sitting in a pretty good spot as you wrap up the third quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game stats while we have a chance. All right, here comes the fourth quarter. Everything to play for here. Who's going to stay alive, survive, and advance in the college football playoff? So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
Hey, it's a game. You get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Seventh play of the drive coming up. Looking to pass here on second down. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring him down, but the gain sets up the offense first and goal from the 10.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the first half. They go right back to him again. We can see the second half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Coming up, second down and goal. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter. Kicking team out for the PAT try. PAT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
They'll hand it off. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Well, the defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Incomplete for a third straight play.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on third down and long. Hey, it's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on fourth and long.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Memphis offense is back out on the field now. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown, and they keep it going. First down here for this offense. Look him out throwing here to start the drive. Using his legs on the scramble. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
One play moves the ball to the 45. It'll be first down. Handoff taken, following the right tackle. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Looks like a player is... That last play will take a timeout while they check it out.
Ready?
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. They look to throw it here on second down. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
What will the call be on third and long now from the 44? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Hey, I understand the aggressive approach here on third down and long, trying to pick up the first down, but look at the scoreboard. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. Smart play would have been to keep running the football, work the clock, force them to use their timeouts. Now, fourth down and long with the lead. Tough decision here. I think you got to punt it away.
And the return will be brought down. And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And he finds the running back in the flat. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
Boy, the defense does such a good job in taking any threat downfield away. All he could do is throw it to his back, and a loss of yards, now you're behind the sticks.
Bringing pressure. Going to try to use his legs here. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Boy, it's second down and forever. You know they're going to throw the ball. They want to throw the ball, but to the credit of the defense, there's just nothing open. How about this quarterback? Instead of throwing the ball away, he picks up some big yards. They get a real shot here now on third down.
And they'll move the 6 on that one. It's a first down at the 42.
Well, that's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
And here's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there. One of the biggest plays we've had so far. Third down and the crowd really getting into it. tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it.
Well, they go to the air to try to pick up this first down, but it just wasn't meant to be. Defense was ready, made sure to force them into this fourth down situation.
And he's throwing for it on fourth down. And here comes a deep shot. The pass is intercepted. And he's got some open field ahead. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
And here comes the Tigers offense back out there. They'll use that running game trying to bleed the clock here. Breaks loose at the 45. What an electric play. Suddenly, they've moved into scoring position down to the 24.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. The defense with more pre-snap movement. Second and long, but you'd expect another run here to try to bleed the clock. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Second down, we're going to throw it. He'll be taken down. The defense rises up with a sack in a crucial moment. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. After consecutive losses, we need a miracle here on 3rd and a mile. From the shotgun, drops back. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down. And the punt team now on to kick it away. Looking to flip the field here. They'll kick it away here. And the punt will land in the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. He makes the grab. The game is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And it's complete downfield. They finally get him, but it's across midfield. Big gain to the 33. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line in the hurry-up. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Defense is coming after him. Running back has it on a screen now. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. And he'll step out of bounds to stop the clock. That is perfect execution there.
This is why offenses drill down on the 2-minute drill year-round. You want to have quarterbacks and wide receivers completely dialed in on down and distance. And
touchdown, Georgia Tech. And they'll claim the 4th quarter lead.
And, Chris, with the game on the line, the offense delivers. Good job up front. The quarterback makes a great throw. And they get the go-ahead score here late in the game to go up 2. The big decision now for the head coach. The extra point, or do you go for 2 to make it a 4-point game?
Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Memphis offense is back out on the field now. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? And the first play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. On the run here. Lets it go. Fired into a tight window and picked off. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, that defender deserves the game ball for that game-sealing play. Now, all there is to do is run out the clock and walk out of here with a W.
The Yellow Jackets enter the final minute of play, just hoping to run this clock out. They'll give it to the running back. He shreds the tackle. And they've got him back there for a loss of 8. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. 2nd down play coming up. Same tailback, another carry. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. You don't want to waste this good field position, but it's 3rd down and long. Handoff from the shotgun. Fighting off the defender. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. The field goal is good.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Getting set to kick off after extending the lead with the field goal. The offense knows they have a long way to go and not much time to get there. Fields it just outside the goal line. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And here comes the Tigers offense back out there. So here we go. They need a touchdown. Got a little time to work with. How will they play this situation? They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Just past the 35. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. That heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up the 1st down here on this next play.
You got to get points quickly here. Looking for explosive plays right now. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Oh, grabs it near the sideline. It's a huge gain. Heads out of bounds after running for the 1st down and keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense. And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. Looks like they got the ruling on the field right the first time. They confirm it with the review. Memphis getting set with a 1st and 10 now.
42 Spider.
From the gun, he looks for an open man. Cannot get the throw off. He's taken down with a huge play at this stage of the game. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Catch made along the sideline, but he's short of the sticks. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis.
I mean, this is an unbelievable game. We have seen everything in this game. A touchdown now with under 10 seconds to go. And believe it or not, they're an extra point away from winning this game.
And a late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock. PAT gives them a 1-point lead here in the 4th. Pressure PAT is good, and they take the lead here in the final seconds. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And he's tackled just short of the 25. Offense has a ways to go to get into field goal range. They need some big plays, and time is winding down. First down, looking to throw the ball. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. One last pass attempt falls incomplete, and that will wrap up this game. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.